Hello. So here's how I built this cool little dashboard. You can see right here that basically has a few features visually visualized from my data set. And this just makes my data more than, just rows and columns. And it was just a simple idea because yeah, as a bioinformatician, I've been working with, a lot of tabular data and a lot of numbers and stuff. So I just wanted to see all of it for once. And so this is what I came up with. It's it was a simple idea and I'm glad that it turned into a reality. So let me just quickly just run you over through the directory that I've been working with. This is the directory and this is the file script. Yeah, it's you can see all of these. This is a bit messy, but yeah, this is the final script. And so I had this data set of 3D facial meshes, um, this directory. These are .object files, and corresponding set of PCA scores. I had performed PC analysis on my data set, and I had these in a CSV. You can see it right here. And yeah, that was basically it. So instead of, as I said, just tabulating it numbers, I just wanted to show what's happening. And that's how this visualization just came to life. So number one, so this is the terminal my app is running, right now. You can see here. So just let me just, go over to the coding part. So this is the setup. So obviously I just started off by importing all the necessary packages. I'm using Dash for the front end, Dash VDK for rendering the 3D models, and right in the browser. And the Plotly is basically for those, making the heat maps pop a bit. So each library is helping me perform a certain task in the code. Dash is used for building user interfaces, interactive user interfaces, and I have TriMesh, which is basically reading those 3D facial uh, scans files, the .obj or object files that I had. I have Dash VDK, which is rendering those object files live onto the Dash app, and then I have Plotly Express, which is basically making the heat map. So this is like I had the obj directory specified right here, and the PCA scores after obviously performing the PCA analysis on my data. I had these in a CSV loaded into my CSV, and each row basically corresponds to a single 3D model by its file name, and which is basically connecting all of this. And then we have the sex labels. I'll be going over this in a bit. So we have the mesh loader. You see, so mesh loader is where web is basically is doing. It's just opening those object files and converting it to something that Dash VDK can understand. Basically splitting it up into vertices and faces. And then we have the dashboard, the Dash app setup. The heading you can see here, the 3D FN data visualization, and I have the dashboard, uh, which is basically where the visual experience comes into play. And finally, I have the live updates, which basically loads the mesh right here. It's basically loading all of the object files. It and then looks up the corresponding PCA values in the data frame of the CSV and displays the heat map with PCs on the x-axis. And it even shows a friendly no PCA data found, if there's no magic volume, which obviously isn't the case for our data. So as I said, moving towards the sex part, I was basically, done with the 3D part and PCA heat map, and that was it. But then I decided to add some extra features, and here I had my link file from my data processing, and this is just basically just a tab separate file which has all the individual IDs and their individual information. So I had the sex information, and in a standard link file you represent males with 1 and females with 2, so I just specified that and turn it into sex labels for added add just an additional feature. And another feature that I added at the end was the ancestry map. Basically, a world map highlighting the ancestry of individuals. Now, it isn't very specific, but it's in general because the data set that I have, it has individuals that are belonging to European region in general, but it's not specified. So just let me just go over again to this app, and as I said, you have this drop down menu. It just changes up. You just select one. You have this sex label appearing. You have this interactive 3D facial mesh appearing at the very center, top center. And then as you scroll down, you have this PCA heat map, which is also interactive. And you have also a sex symbol here, right here. And it's color coded, differently color coded for based on the PC values for each. And here you can see this cute little world map, which is also interactive. You can zoom in on this, and the European part is basically highlighted. And you see, you can interact with this, and yeah, that's it.